Welcome to the Tale. Unfortunately, the recording of our first gaming session was lost, so here's a brief prologue of the events that transpired prior to today's episode. Our heroes awake in a dark, dank cell, naked. Callow, Aramis, Abakai, and Poco de Todo, and Shadech. After some scrabbling around, they attempt to free themselves. They hear footsteps. Advancing down the hall is a gruff-looking dwarf with short brown hair and a shaggy beard. The dwarf, like our heroes, is not dressed and begins to hurriedly free our heroes from their cages. Shadech and Abakai are particularly suspicious of this helpful, but after leading them to their lost gear, the dwarf, named Tordek, made some friends within the group. Our 5 heroes and their companion Tordek attempt their escape. They are in what appears to be a large stone castle, but the walls are crumbling away and the ceiling looks strained. As they venture forth from their cells, they are greeted by skeletons acting as guards, and mindless zombies wandering the place. They sneak from room to room, peeking through doors to gauge the dangers and treasures within. During their travels, Shadech questions Tordek on how he escaped, and after receiving an unconvincing answer, he confronts him. The rest of our heroes stand by as Shadech and Tordek fight. Shadech, being a rash young dragonborn, cannot stand up to the proud fighting prowess of Tordek. Tordek knocks Shadech to the brink of death and demands his apology before healing him. Shadech is stubborn, but Tordek is kind and does not wish to let him die. Our heroes see Tordek's integrity and ability and accept him. This causes Shadech's distrust and dislike for his saviour to intensify. Eventually, they discover the throne room, a great hall with uniform pillars creating an internal hallway to the room, at the end of which lies a stage, and upon it, a wooden throne. In this room stands a small gnome, green-skinned with brown hair and an arcane blue robe draped over himself. Our heroes attempt to speak with the gnome. However, things quickly descend into violence. The gnome is a necromancer and has skeletons flanking him, but even between his magic and his minions' might, our heroes best their foes, and upon interrogating him, discover he has treasure hidden in the master bedroom just behind the throne room. Between them and this treasure is a hallway with a large pit in the floor. Upon detection of the pit, Shadech throws the throne at the floor to break it so as to judge the distance. Upon deciding it is probably too far for him to jump, Aramis and Poco de Todo, our magical heroes, teleport across the gap and venture on alone. In the master bedroom, they encounter hideous bats and are nearly bested in battle. Were it not for the timely arrival of Tordek, who decided they were taking too long and went to check, they may have died. Seeing Tordek leave, Shadech, who still did not like or trust Tordek, follows. After a tough time jumping the pit, they arrive to provide support for Aramis and Poco de Todo. Between them, our heroes defeat the bat swarm and collect from a chest a large amount of gold. Abakai and Callow, who remain behind, tie up the gnome for future interrogations and then rest. The rest of our heroes all snuggle up in the master's bed together and recover from their great battle.